I thought the second half, Everton were a lot better than the first half. The first half, they were appalling. They had chances. When they came back to 2-1, I thought they were going to nick it, but Wolves had a few chances as well towards the end of that. But I was just looking, before we talk about the game, I was just looking at Everton's wins this season. So they've had 4 wins this season. Their last win came against Norwich. The other 3 teams they've beaten are Burnley, Brighton and Southampton. Now, It wasn't that long ago when Everton got off to a flyer when they beat the likes of Southampton, Brighton, that they were I wouldn't say sitting pretty, but they were looking good. A lot of Evertonian fans who were sort of a bit hesitant about backing Rafa Benitez at the start of the season had changed their mind. Then they had changed it and they were all backing him, and now this has happened. What's been the massive change over maybe the last 6 games for Everton?
Well, I think we have to look at the and this is not an excuse for Everton, but the injuries they've got is to key players. Okay, so you've got Calvert-Lewin who was on TV tonight, right? He starts. Okay.
By the way, sorry, what was that jacket?
It's a great suit.
What was that all about?
It's a suit.
Wow. I don't know if he had a Halloween party to go to tonight, but that scared the hell out of me when I saw it.
His dress sense is out there. He's not afraid to admit it either. He's
Was you with that?
That's an acquired taste.
Did you with that? You probably have worn worse than that, actually.
I was going to say I've worn worse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go on.
But you look at him. Decore's missing as well. Gomez and Mina. Jerry Mina at the back. So there are 3, definitely 4 maybe starters in this team that would have an influence. That aside, okay, that needs to be mentioned. That aside, they were shocking first half. They were a disgrace, honestly. Not engaging, not getting close enough. Give credit to Wolves, as we have to so often when we talk about the team that didn't play well. Wolves' energy, under Bruno Lage, they are a really good team. They're high intensity. They close down space. Their movement is excellent. Jimenez is a massive plus getting him back fit in the team. But they're an easy on their eye team, Andy. I really enjoyed watching them.
Yeah, okay. Listen, we'll take calls from Wolves fans, from Everton fans as well. Will the majority of Everton fans want Rafa out, do you think?
No, not yet.
You don't think so?
No, I won't want him out, but they'll be looking for a big improvement.
Okay.
You want him out?
I think a lot of them want him out. They weren't convinced when he got the job. Everton, Wolves fans, Spurs fans, if your team played over the weekend, we're taking calls for the first part of the show. So you basically dictate where the show goes. So if you've got something to say, pick up the phone and say it. The whole world is listening. 08717 223344. Take some calls, yes, we shall. 08717 223344 on the night. Wolves beat Everton by 2-1. Wolves now 7th in the Premier League and Everton mid-table 10th. We'll also take calls from Spurs fans. I'm guessing the majority, if not all of them, will be delighted with the fact that Nuno's gone. It looks like Conte might be coming in. We should find out on talkSPORT tomorrow morning, roughly, when that happens. But let's go to the phone lines, 08717 223344. Russell's an Everton fan. He's first up. Hello, Russ.
Hello.
How are you?
Right, Russ.
I'm a bit very disappointed, to be honest. With the,
Well, let's start from the beginning. When Rafa got the job, what was your thought? And then what's your thought on him now?
Well, I did think that he was about the best person. I think they sat down and thought about it, and really give it a good think. And I think they come up with the best idea because of all of his experience, things he's done on that. I thought, it would be ideal. I thought we could have gone for Graham Potter, but it's whether really going to be good enough. But I think they went for the right man, and they had a brilliant start to the season. But now, just like last season, it's all been wasted now.
Well, it's no hope. It's not all lost. I have highlighted, Russell, the injuries. Now, Everton don't have the strongest squad in the Premier League, and I think there are going to be key players that miss. Or is that just an excuse?
No, I see what you mean. That happened last season when Decore, Alane and Rodriguez, they all suddenly got these injuries, and we didn't have the cover. But it's something like tonight, we did have some cover. You put Delph on. And tried to change it in the second half. But I can't understand they paid millions of pounds, and when I was listening to it on other stations, the bloke was going, well, they just haven't turned up. So they can't be bothered to run or chase or tackle, nothing in the first half. And
do you know what, Russell, today, that first half, I don't care who's playing, I don't care whether it's an under-18s or under-23 team, that effort today in that first half was unacceptable. Honestly, it was unacceptable. So you can put Decore in the middle of the park. If he is sitting deep, 15 yards deeper, of Wolves midfield, and they're sitting off their men. And let's be honest, Wolves played really well. They were high energy, high tempo, good movement. They were creative. They went on the front foot. If you're going to play like that, it doesn't matter who's plays in the team. So I'm looking at the Rafa. How can that happen in the first 5 minutes? Set the tone.
Well, just absolutely ridiculous. It's sort of, there's a lot of Everton supporters I've met throughout the, different parts of the country, and they would say the same thing. They're all sort of waiting, for something to happen, and just like a giant click and the way they go. But it just always things seem to go wrong every season. Like he's got the injuries. I mean, I know Nuno has gone at Spurs. I mean, they've had to make the decision, because he looked clueless, to be honest. He looked lost on the telly. But now Benitez, I'm wondering, got a gut feeling it could be the next one, because we've got 7 difficult games coming up now. It's sort of Man City. Well, we've got Tottenham on Sunday, which could go either way. We've got Man City, Brentford, Liverpool, Arsenal, Palace, Chelsea and Leicester. And I don't know where a win's going to come out of them.
Ross, thanks for your call. Let's quickly, sorry to cut you off there. I want to get through as many as I can. I appreciate your time, Ross. Let's go to Les, an Everton fan. Hello, Les.
Hiya, boys. Listen, disappointing. I nearly swore then, sorry. It is absolutely unacceptable for 11 players to go out wearing Everton shirts and put a performance in like that, Andy. Listen, at the start of the season, I told you, by Christmas, Benitez will be gone or Ferguson will be gone, because it's an unworkable, it's just not going to happen. Everyone's not pulling in the right direction. Everyone's got their own agendas, and that's what it looked like tonight on the pitch. They just aren't bothered and they just don't care, and it's just not acceptable from an Everton team. That's where it stops, and it stops at the manager. And you can say Benitez this, Benitez that, we've got injuries. I'll tell you, seriously, 3,000 fans there tonight, and 2,995 of them want Benitez to go. And the sooner he goes, the better it'll be, because there's just no love there. There never will be. Never, no matter what. Seriously, no matter, even if he gets the only Champions thing that he's going to get for Everton is the Championship. We're nowhere near anything, and he's making players play like they don't know what they're doing. He's meant to be a tactical genius. I'll tell you, seriously, just get out of our club. Just go to, I don't care where he goes. Seriously, I'll pay for him to get a train to friggin' Newcastle. Just go, leave us alone. And let's just start like we should have done with someone like Graham Potter. That's what we should have done at the beginning of the season. Instead of Hollywood, it's not Hollywood, it's Everton. We haven't got Hollywood players. And the sooner the owners realise that, what we need is someone with a football brain who can train footballers, we'll go forward. And until then, nothing's going to change.
Les, you don't think Rafa's going to take you down, though, do you?
I'll tell you what, we'll be closer to the bottom than the top.
Yeah, but he won't take you down.
Well, it's only because let's not be all high and mighty, but with the greatest of respect to Norwich, they are quite bad. You know what I mean? And there's a couple of other teams. I'm not slagging other teams off, because it doesn't get you anywhere. But I'm saying there's some very, very good teams in the Premier League, and there's some very bad teams. And
Les, you know you're 3 points off top 4 at the moment, top 5.
Andy, you said it at the start of the show. Look at the 4 teams that we beat.
I know, but you have got injuries at the moment, Les. You've got a manager who knows what to win the biggest competitions in world football.
No, listen, it doesn't matter about injuries. When you've got players that aren't bothered and they're going through the motions, it doesn't matter what injuries you've got. You could have the 11 best players in the world. If they go out and they don't try and they're not bothered, we're never going to get anywhere. And it's as simple as that, Andy. The players are not playing for Rafa Benitez. And they showed that today. They showed that last week against Watford. They showed it against West Ham. They showed it against Aston Villa. Seriously, they showed it against Burnley. Let's have it right. For 60 minutes, Burnley battered us. It was only like 2 fantastic out-of-the-blue goals that got us out of it. So let's analyse what we're looking at. We beat Southampton, Norwich. You know what I mean? They're not the cream of the Premier League. So it's time to take a reality check, and it's time for Mr. Benitez to go away and leave Everton alone.
Okay, Les, thanks for your call. Just quickly, Joe, with regards to Benitez, do you think he could go back to Newcastle?
Yes, I do. I don't think that's unrealistic. I don't think that's unrealistic. It ticks a lot of boxes. It gets the owners brownie points with the fans. The fans will absolutely love it. And I think it will regenerate exactly what's going at Newcastle, because I saw the game against Chelsea. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure, but they were goddamn awful.
They were.